Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MoneyShift News Show. I am your host, Thanasi, and today we are going to be talking about not only the New York Auto Show, but anything and everything going on in the automotive space, and we're going to try to condense that to 10 minutes so you guys have all the information you need to be up to date on the automotive space. And with the New York International Auto Show taking place right now, we got a ton of information to get to, so we're just going to dive right into it. But before we do, Tesla made an announcement today. Elon said new Teslas will no longer come with the charging wire as standard. Now, they are taking this cue right from the fine folks at Apple, who are no longer including charging bricks with their new devices. Now, Tesla is doing the same thing. Tesla historically in the past has made this move already. If they sense that there is a feature or an accessory that is not being used by its consumer base, it removes it. See the lumbar support that got removed from the Model 3, Model Y last year. Tesla claimed that no one was using passenger lumbar, so why include it in the vehicle? They just took it right out. And they're saying the same thing with the charger cable. Okay, they're saying that no one's using it, so they're just not including it. But Tesla has actually made it a little bit easier for you if you wanted to buy it. Previously available for $275 on the Tesla accessory store. Now the price has been reduced to $200. Well, you'd hope so if they're no longer including it in the car. They're probably saving a boatload of money doing so they should offer it to you for cheaper. So new Teslas will not have it. I'm a bit disappointed in that move. Even if folks don't use it, it's nice to have that sense of security right off the lot. But anyway, Elon out of the way, let's get right into the New York International Auto Show. Now, this is the first time the show has been back in right around 2 years, and brands made the most of it, starting with the fine folks over at Hyundai and Kia. Kia unveiled their all-new Kia Niro. This 2023 model is a small, compact crossover that is available in 3 different versions. You can get it as a regular hybrid, which averages a combined 53 miles to the gallon. That's crazy. Or you can get it in a plug-in hybrid where it gets 33 miles of all-electric range, which is also crazy. Or you can get it in all-electric where it gets 253 miles of range before just turning off. Now, this model will be coming later on this year, and Kia has drastically altered the design of this model. This is not a facelift. This is not a slight bumper change. This is a full new machine, and I gotta tell you guys, I love it, and I would probably skew for that hybrid setup. That 1.6-liter 4-cylinder, yeah, it only makes 139 horsepower, but it gets 53 MPG combined. That is crazy. Speaking of iconic vehicles in Kia's lineup, Kia has updated the look of the Kia Telluride. New for 2023, the vehicle not only received a facelift, but it also received 2 new models, X-Line and X Pro. Think of these as outdoorsy versions of the Kia Telluride. Now, that rugged SUV still utilizes the same power plant. It still has that 3.8-liter 6-cylinder engine, and it can now tow 5,500 pounds, which is up from 5,000. It received bumper changes, it received slight infotainment changes, but overall, it's largely the same vehicle, and why would they change more than that? This is an award-winning 3-row SUV. It looks the part, it feels the part, so just make it a little more modern, make some infotainment changes, and keep the ship going. And that is exactly what their relatives did over at Hyundai with the Palisade. Hyundai also unveiled a 2023 Hyundai Palisade, and it has a bold new face with a bunch more tech. You can get a Wi-Fi hotspot, digital rear view mirror, altered 12-inch infotainment screen. The powertrain, just like the Telluride, remains unchanged. That's a 3.8-liter V6, making 291 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. Now, folks, you might be saying, hey, T, why are you putting a lot of emphasis on the Telluride and the Palisade? And I'll tell you, in 2020, Hyundai sold 80,000 Palisades, 80,000, and they did the same thing in 2021. And now with this refresh for both the Palisade and the Telluride, it's safe to say that they can continue that train because they've maintained the modern look, they've maintained the technological prowess of these vehicles. So who's to say they can't do it again for 2022? But we only got 10 minutes. and we're already halfway done, so we got to keep it moving. And we're going to keep this ship moving from South Korea over to Japan. For 2023, Subaru has updated the look of the Subaru Outback, but don't worry, don't fret, don't fear. It's got a slightly different front end, some technological upgrades, but that's about it, okay? Subaru now allows you to get one of the top trims, the Onyx Edition with the naturally aspirated engine, but in terms of power plant, in terms of transmission, nothing has really changed here. You still get the CVT, you still get either the naturally aspirated or turbocharged 2.5-liter boxer 4-cylinder engine, which is solid, it's a good machine. You just sort of hate the fact that it's a continuously variable transmission. But anyway, they changed the exterior. You can see right here, the bumper has been slightly altered. I like the look of the integrated fog lights, and it also has a more Solterra-y front end. You can see with those sort of plastic blades there on the bumper. It definitely looks a little more rugged, it definitely looks a little bit more aggressive, and much like the Palisade and the Telluride, Subaru doesn't have to reinvent the wheel here. They sell a boatload of Subaru Outbacks, so why shift? Why make a crazy change? As much as I would have loved for the brand to swap that CVT to something like a 9-speed auto or something like that, look, they don't really have to, and I totally get it. The current Subaru Outback starts at $28,320, and you're going to be tough to find a vehicle with that much practicality that isn't a Ford Maverick for that price. But guys, we got 10 minutes. That means we got to keep this ship going. Now, the next news topic we're going to be talking about, we're going to go from Japan all the way back here to the United States. For 2023, Jeep introduced a Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer L version. Now, L means long wheelbase. That means these guys are big. If you guys have seen a Wagoneer or Grand Wagoneer in person, you already know that these are large SUVs that do battle with the Cadillac Escalades of the world, the Yukons, the Tahoes, the Suburban, stuff like that. Well, now they have something that can actually directly take on the Escalade ESV, the Suburban, the Expedition Max, the true long boys that the Americans offer. Jeep now does the same, but they didn't just unveil a long wheelbase version of the Grand Wagoneer and Wagoneer. No. They also unveiled a new motor. Stellantis is new motor, and that is a twin-turbo inline 6-cylinder engine dubbed Hurricane. And it has 510 horsepower, which is pretty awesome. That is a silky smooth inline 6-cylinder engine that in its base form makes 420, 468, and in its top form makes 510, 500, and you already know that engine is going to find its way in more things than just the Grand Wagoneer L and Wagoneer L, and I am looking forward to that. And if we compare that engine's output to the massive 5.7-liter or even bigger 6.4-liter, it makes more horsepower than both of those engines, and because it's an inline 6, it likely will be a little bit smoother than both of those engines. It's not that much more efficient, but you bet we love some of that twin-turbo inline 6 power over here at MoneyShift. But hey, guys, we only got a minute or so left, so we got to churn through these last few vehicles. For 2023, Nissan unveiled two big things here at the auto show that you should know about. Car number one is the 2023 Nissan Leaf, also received a facelift front and rear. Nissan announced that the 2023 Leaf will get some minor changes. Nothing really crazy. If you put both of these vehicles next to each other, you'd be hard-pressed to know the difference. Now, the Leaf is available in two models, 147 horsepower base model and a 214 horsepower plus model. Now, these cars get around 215-ish range, so just over that 200 mark, and they're some of the cheapest EVs on the market. You can get it for $28,425 in base form, which is pretty incredible for a full electric vehicle. And we are going to end our day speaking about, well, no, we got two more. Nissan also unveiled a Rocky Creek version of the Nissan Pathfinder, which has knobby tires and a rugged appearance, and that's pretty much it. It's got a suspension lift, all-terrain tires, and visual tweaks, and this is meant to just lean in to the overlanding culture that has become ever so prominent here in the United States. But last but not least, 2023 BMW X7 was unveiled, and this is a drastic departure for the brand into a Hyundai Kona Nissan Juke-inspired twin headlight that will garnish and feature on every single one of BMW's premium vehicles going forward, including the new 7 Series, including the new i7. BMW seemingly is taking their design from mild to wild, from bland to crazy. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about the BMW X7. It will have a 523 horsepower twin-turbo V8 or a 630 horsepower twin-turbo V8 or a 375 horsepower turbocharged inline-6. So it definitely will have the juice to match the squeeze. Base price $78,000, and this thing can go well over $100,000 if you got the dollars in your bank account. But that is all we have time for. That is your news in 10 minutes. I'm Thanasi. This is Money Shift. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.